Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode here on True Confessions Naija. The confession you're about to listen to, it comes from a message we received from one of our sisters. And the message, it reads like this. Good day, Uncle Ori. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name doesn't matter right now. What matters is what I'm about to tell you. I died. Yes, you heard me correctly. I actually died for hours. My family thought it was over. My body was cold. My breath was gone. My soul had already left, but somehow I came back. I'm here today to tell you exactly what happened. From the sickness that almost destroyed me, to the moment I crossed over to the other side, to the strange and powerful things I saw there, and finally the force that pushed me back into my body. It's a story that still gives me chills every time I think about it. It happened in 2006. I was just 19 years old. But back then, life for my family was hard. Not the things I beat off, kind of hard. I'm talking about the kind of poverty where even finding food was a daily battle. We lived in a cramped one-room house. My father, mother, my older sister, me, my younger brother, and an adopted little sister my mother had taken in out of pure compassion when her own mother died. The room was always crowded. My parents slept on a bed that had seen better days. My siblings and I shared the floor. Sometimes my father would just sit in a chair at night because there was no space for him to lie down. That chair became his bed, his companion during the long nights. The TV in the corner was old, the bed was old, even the plates we eat from were chipped and mismatched. But still, my mother, oh, my mother. She was the heartbeat of that house. She loved deeply, prayed fearlessly, and gave her last morsel of food without hesitation. One day, I fell sick. At first, it was just a fever. I thought it would pass, but it didn't. Every day, it got worse. The headaches became unbearable. My body grew weaker. I lost my appetite. It reached a point where even sitting up felt impossible. We had no money for the hospital. My parents tried to borrow from neighbors, but everyone knew we were poor. Too poor to pay back anything. And poor people in times like that were often left to suffer alone. The only medicine my mother could give me was her faith. She would cry over my bed, place a Bible under my pillow, and whisper through her tears, God, money I don't have. Transport to take her to the clinic, I don't have. But this Bible is all I have. If she's going to die, Lord, let her die in your hands. But I will not stop praying. Then she would have to leave to look for a piece jobs so we could have something to eat. Sometimes she didn't eat at all, so the rest of us could have something small. As the days passed, the sickness grew worse. My father went out to our landlord to beg for mercy because we owed rent. At first, the landlord had been ready to kick us out, but when he saw me lying there, pale and barely moving, something softened in him. He told my father, stay, don't worry about the rent until your daughter is well. That kindness, I still remember it. It bought us time. But even with time, my body kept failing me. My mother, desperate, started fasting, not for 1 or 2 days, no. She would go 40 days eating almost nothing, only light meals now and then, spending hours in prayer. Her lips would tremble as she spoke to God, and yet I wasn't getting better. It was one afternoon. I remember the lights from the small window falling across my bed. My mother was sitting beside me, her eyes red and wet with tears. She looked at me in a way I'll never forget, as if she knew the end was near. I felt so tired, so heavy, and then I closed my eyes. At least I thought I had fallen asleep, but the truth is I had died. When your soul leaves your body, there's no pain, no fear, just peace. I remember hovering, seeing my mother's face as she cried. My family gathered and the neighbors whispering. I could see it all, but I couldn't speak or touch them. Then 2 small men entered the room. They were not children, but they were short. Their hands were soft. When they touched me, without saying much, or maybe they did, but I couldn't understand their language. They lifted my spirit out of the room. We began to fly. Yes, fly. They left me on a massive road. It was wide, wider than anything I had ever seen. And it was full of people, millions, all walking in the same direction. I started walking too. I passed through the first gate, guarded by a man holding something like a sword. I couldn't look directly at his face because it shone brighter than the sun. Then I entered the second gate, and I found myself in a place so beautiful, so full of singing, that my heart could barely take it in. The voices, oh, the voices. I've heard good singers on earth, but compared to them, these voices were like the difference between a candle and the sun. Then a voice called my name. Why are you here? I couldn't answer. It was as if something was holding my mouth shut. The voice asked again and again, until finally it led me away, past a place with 7 swords, into a dark place where I could hear weeping. I asked someone there, why are you crying? And the answer came, it will be like this on Judgment Day. Many will cry, but it will be too late for them to find help. Then the voice took me to another place, a gathering that looked like a church, and there I saw my parents. Shocked, I asked, why are they there? My mother is a believer. She's praying for me right now. Why can't she enter this place? The voice replied, they are trying, but you are closing the gate for them. I didn't understand. Then what must I do? I asked. Go back, the voice said, and tell them everything you have seen. Before I could say anything more, a force, powerful, unstoppable, grabbed me and pushed me back. I was falling. I saw a hedge, so green, so alive, it glowed. I fell through it, and then I opened my eyes. I was smiling, yes, smiling. But around me, my mother was screaming. Her friends were holding her because she was trying to throw herself onto me. I was covered with a cloth, the way people cover a body they have given up on. I asked, why are you crying? That's when they told me I had been dead for hours, cold, still, breathless, but somehow I was back. Since that day, every morning I wake up, I thank God. Even on days when there is no food in the house, even when life feels hard, because I know I shouldn't even be here. I once died and I rose again. My friends, strange things happen in this world. Have you ever heard of something like this or experienced it yourself? It means a lot to have my story heard, and I'll be in the comments to read your perspectives and opinion. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sisters. Wow, God is really real. God is true. Let us try to give her some advice in the comment section. Things they really happen for this our world. Wow.